The strong presence of the Lord, you need that. You have to be desperate for it. It took me many years to learn that, but what I learned was I couldn't be desperate. I wasn't a desperate person. And so I began to say, Lord, I'm not desperate. I don't feel that desperation for your presence. Can you do something in me? Can you change my heart? Make it like Jesus' heart. Jesus was desperate for the presence of his Father. How often he ran to the garden to pray. You know, we talk about the Garden of Gethsemane when he went to the Garden of Gethsemane. How many times had he gone there? It's common for persons of prayer to go to a familiar place, to stay in that familiar place and go there often because they feel the presence of God and the residual presence of God is in that place and they love going there. No doubt this was a place that when Jesus was near there, he would go there and retire there and spend time there praying and seeking the face of his Father. It was there that the disciples are learning how to pray, and he's teaching them how to pray, and he teaches them an attitude and a passion in prayer that is so different than anything they had ever learned in any other catechisms. They had not learned these truths. I have said many times, and when you find, when heaven sees a heart surrendered and hungry for his presence, and he sees that hunger, Jesus said in the Sermon on the Mount, blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. I used to think righteousness was the things we do. I didn't realize until later as I was walking with the Lord, righteousness is the character of Jesus. It is the nature of Jesus. It's his presence. It's him. It's him in his fullness. He comes with his Spirit and he lives through us vicariously by his Spirit. And I realized, Lord, I'm not hungry for righteousness. I don't thirst after righteousness. Can you do that in me? Is that possible? Are you capable of making my heart like your heart? And he said, oh yeah, I was just waiting for you to ask. And so what happens is when heaven sees a heart so surrendered, one so completely hungry and thirsty and yielding and desperate, a desperate heart, a desperate soul, a passionate, desperate individual. The way he responds, the way heaven responds, is God then sets that individual ablaze with his presence to where they suddenly, his presence is all they long for. His presence is all they want. Suddenly church becomes, I'm looking for the presence of the Lord. Suddenly Sunday school, I'm looking for the presence of the Lord. Every Bible study, I'm looking for the presence of the Lord. Suddenly everything I do, I'm looking for the presence of the Lord. Where can I find his presence in this that I'm doing? Where can I find his presence?